Kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo. Today our journey moves westward along the Silk Road and we're leaving the town of Khiva and heading for the ancient town of Bukhara. Now we're catching the train there and we've never caught a train in Central Asia before, so that'll be a first, a really interesting experience. Got to find out where the train station is first. Apparently it's out of town a little bit. Met some new friends out here in Khiva. Where are you from?
From Uzbekistan.
Oh yeah, there you go, that's good. There we go.
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah. Walaikum salam. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, walaikum salam, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Nice guys. Nice guys. Okay, so this is Khiva station. I've read that it was it's a fairly newly built station, so all we need to do now is get through security, find out where on this train our carriage and our seat is. Okay, Uzbekistan trains are clearly very long. I've got to find out exactly where I'm sitting. Car 7. Sort of a bit of a mismatch of carriages there. Excuse me. Oh, this is cool. Let's sleep there. What's that?
Bukhara. Bukhara.
Getting your luggage space up here. This is like if you want to go to sleep, you can go up here or down here. A little busted up window, but that's pretty cool. Nice. It's pretty dark in here, but those ones are really nice. Look at those ones. They're the best ones. But I think 4 people are supposed to be in that section, whereas in our section there's only 2. One of the things they have for these train service here in Uzbekistan is an app, which is very simple, but very, very useful. And you can pay by international cards. Like buying a ticket is so simple. It's actually one of the easiest train apps I've ever used. No hassles. It gives you all the schedules here. You can see where all the trains go to and from, what time. And you just get on, put in your details, hit find, and it gives you something like that. You know, you can go on the date. Just got a couple of bananas.
Rahmat.
Okay, Rahmat. So that was pretty expensive. I tried to negotiate. The guy doesn't want to negotiate, but I mean, what are you going to do? We've got no food at all for this trip. 7 hours. We're now underway from Khiva. The guy wants me to get out of the deep way. Let's have a bit of a wander around this train, shall we? See if we can find something interesting around here. Interesting. Oh, a dining car. Oh, look at that. Isn't that spectacular? It's like an old Soviet era dining car. Amazing. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. We've got a big shop there with all snacks. So the guy just told me that he has beer, he has sashlik, he's got coffee and somsa, the bread. So we're not going to go hungry, so lucky because I didn't bring any food on this train trip. So this train leaves Khiva at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and arrives in Bukhara at about 9:30 p.m. So it's a 7.5 hour journey just for that one leg of the trip. But it actually goes all the way through to Tashkent and gets there at about 5 o'clock in the morning. That's why it's a sleeper train as well. But it actually goes further onwards than Tashkent to a place called Andijan, which is, it gets there at midday tomorrow. So that's like a 22-hour journey. So you can go a long way on these trains. I reckon it could get pretty ordinary pretty quick. They've got some pretty good features. I mean, they do have power points, but they're not at every seat. Like they've only got 2 power points per 6 people, for example. They've got these sleeping compartments, top and bottom. So that's for 4 people, that section there. Whereas this little section here is for 2 people. So if you want to set up the bed, you'll have one on the bottom, one on the top, and it means you don't really have your seat and your table anymore. Same as that. if you're people that are on the bottom want to go to sleep, then basically you have to go upstairs and hang out up there. They're not a bad little system, and certainly probably comfortable enough if you want to have a bit of a sleep on here. It's fine. It's actually a little like, if you compare it to like a train in India, for example, like I've been on trains in India, this seems a bit better than that. I'm a bit of a YouTuber, but not big, small scale. Sorry, what's your name? Akiko. My name is Adam.
Adam.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Akiko is from Japan, from Osaka.
Yes.
And you've been to Australia, so the places you've been was Tasmania?
Yes.
And did you study there?
Yes, just a bit.
And where else did you go?
What else?
In Australia?
Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah.
And
For like,
Cairns.
oh, nice.
No, Cairns, Gold Coast.
Yeah. For like holiday type thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. And are you from the city Osaka or just close to Osaka?
It's Osaka.
Oh, really?
City.
Okay, because we have walked the Kumanokodo.
Kumano.
Yeah.
So you've been there?
Yeah, two times, Kumanokodo. Really love it. So why are you here in Uzbekistan?
Because I'm interested in Uzbekistan. Yeah, like culture, goods.
Oh, okay.
History, yes.
Wow. And so you just like holiday now?
Yeah, holiday.
Okay. And then what's your plan here? For Khiva and then?
Khiva and then Bukhara.
Yeah, and then?
After that, Samarkand.
Yeah, and then?
Tashkent.
Yes.
And go back to Japan.
And so is your first place Khiva or somewhere before that?
Before I visited Tashkent.
Yes.
And then came to yes.
Yeah, same.
Visit.
Yeah.
And then
train.
Yeah, like
all of that. Yeah, same. Yeah. Oh, nice trip. Yeah. It's beautiful. Khiva is beautiful, isn't it?
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
I really love that city.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for being on the channel.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. My new Japanese friend, Kiko, has, she's actually got a seat in a luxury part of the train that I wouldn't mind having a bit of a look at. She said it's pretty cool, but she said the ventilation's not as good. So that's why she was up in the area that we were in. Let's have a look anyway. Like, they're pretty cool. They're like a little private cabin. Oh, we're going further down. Okay, this is Kiko's carriage. I'm not sure if it's that luxury. It's just a bit different. It's got a private door on it. It's like that, yeah? Because there's people in there. It looks a bit weird when you're just sticking a camera in a random door. That's Kiko's one. It's 4 people in one cabin with a private door on it, but it doesn't really make much difference, to be honest. It just gives you less ventilation. The toilets in here are fairly standard train toilets. You know they're going to get real dirty by the end of the trip. The thing about those carriages that Kiko is staying in is they're classed as a premium carriage. You pay extra for them. And people like that because you get a long bed, a much longer bed than these beds. You have a door that you can close as well, so there's privacy. The problem with that though is that if you're traveling on your own like Kiko is, you don't really want privacy with 3 other guys in there. It's a bit awkward. It's not that it's dangerous necessarily, but it's just a bit awkward that, you know, you've got your own private cabin. It's just a bit weird. It's probably better to go in one of those private cabins with like a family of 4 would be brilliant. Or if you've got like a group of 4 friends. But otherwise, it's probably better to sort of mix it up with the locals in a sort of a carriage like that, which is much more communal, you know. That's what I reckon. And if you really want to go super private, they do have some of those little cabins that only have 2 beds in them, 2 seats in them. They're sort of tucked at the end of the carriages. And they're pretty good for couples, you know. I think they're probably a little bit better. But they are a lot more expensive. And do you really need it? I don't know. I think for a trip of 7 hours, you don't really need it at all. Like, it's just not even practical, especially if you're not going to sleep, like we're not. If you're going on a long, maybe 16-hour journey, maybe you'd enjoy that. But again, I think part of the journey or part of the enjoyment of the journey is sort of hanging out with other people, meeting other people, and you never will meet another person if you have one of those little private cabins. The landscape on this journey really changes from that green zone where they've got all the irrigation to just pure desert. So this is the story about setting up this bed. Basically, they give you a mattress to put on top of that, and then some sheets as well. I mean, that's already quite soft, but that's going to get really soft with a big mattress on top of it. It's a nice little cocoon. getting up in here is really difficult. Like, I'm too long for this whole bed, and you can't, because I'm too long and because the bed is narrow, I can't really sort of even bend my legs. So if you see this, that's sort of my, you know, if I stretch out, that's how it is, but I can't stretch out at ground level, and my head is propped up. Okay, yeah. So it's really narrow. It actually took me a while just to hop up in here. But I think if you were going to try and sleep here overnight, you'd probably get a few hours sleep. Like, it's better than sitting upright, but it's not luxury, that's for sure. What's really striking about this part of the journey is how vast the desert is out here. The sun's sort of getting low in the sky, and you've got a bit of a haze there. And the reason you've got a bit of a haze or a bit of colour is because there's so much dust in the air. It's a little bit breezy out there, and as the train speeds along, it just kicks up all this dust and dirt. You can sort of see out there that there's a layer near the sun there of haze. It's quite vast. This desert has been going on for a few hours now, just incredibly large. And it's something I really didn't think too much about when being in Central Asia, the vastness of the desert and how barren it is. When I say barren, I mean there are hardly anything, well, there's nothing above knee height in terms of plants, and most of those look dead or hibernating. They've got no greenery on them. We're in Bukhara. That's a story. Wait for this other train to move. There's a little crossing over here. This is like a lot of stations in Java are like this as well, where you don't really have a big distance between the platform and the rail, and you just scoot across the tracks when the coast is clear. It's actually a pretty good journey. Like 7 hours on an aeroplane feels like hell. When you're on a train like that for 7 hours, and especially if you've got a little bed, you can just like kick back and read or play a game on your phone or watch videos or whatever. It is so easy. You can get up and walk around, stretch your legs. It's just a much better way to travel, and I really love train travel. Now, we're going to go and try and find a cab and then get to the hotel. I'll show you what the hotel looks like as well. It actually looks pretty nice. Look at those nice tiles that you see all around the country. Wow, that is a cool looking station. Now, thanks. Usually the best thing, if you want to go and get a taxi, don't get it from like inside the train station. Same with the airports. Usually you get a better experience if you just walk away from the madness. Like at the airports, always there's like people touting for business, and they've probably often paid to be there, so you're going to pay a high price to use their services. I normally try and walk away from the madness, whether it's from a bus station, train station, airport. Always get a better experience away from the hustle and bustle. Then you can just sit down and figure out what your next plan is. And sometimes there'll be a guy waiting on the outside who'll do it for a cheaper price anyway, because he wasn't able to get inside himself. A negotiated taxi rather than one of those online ones. Those online ones, not very reliable here, it seems. They were wanting me to wait 18 minutes, so just a traditional taxi is the way to go. This is our driver. Yeah. So the train station here in Bukhara is probably, I don't know, 15 kilometres from the centre of town. That I think that used to be in the centre of town, but over the years they've put it on the outskirts, which happens a lot of the time. But the problem is the transport into the centre of town doesn't seem to be very reliable. A lot of people are doing it online now, so the actual normal taxis don't bother coming out here. So if you just want to jump in a cab, it's difficult. And if the online people are busy, which it seems to be, it's just a bit of a hassle.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroo.
Informaция о Австралии.
This guy's trying to do some translation. He's trying to. We can't communicate, so we're trying to do Google Translate. And he's got his phone out.
Столица Австралии. Canberra.
He wants to know what the capital is. Canberra.
Canberra.
Небольшой город в Австралии.
Yes.
Da.
Да.
Do you have children?
У вас есть дети?
Yes. Children.
Yes.
Children.
Yes, 3.
Three.
Do your children work in America?
Ваши дети работают в Америке?
Да.
His children work in America. Wow. Just got to a police checkpoint where they wouldn't let any cars go through. But this guy says he's an ex-police officer, so he just flashed some ID and was able to get through. Okay. Okay. Kata Rahmat. Okay. Okay, we had a really good taxi driver this time. Really nice guy. First thing I'm noticing here is they've got a tourist zone where cars aren't supposed to go. That's why there was a roadblock back there and the taxi wasn't supposed to get through. So he can only go so far and he drops you off and then I've got to walk a few hundred metres to our hotel, which I guess is okay if you've got these massive tourist zones where it's really nice to walk around. Sort of a different way of having to think about it, because I was initially thinking, oh, that's a bit silly, isn't it? You can't even get a taxi to your hotel. But the flip side of that is that it's good for pedestrians. I'm really all pro pedestrian stuff. The first impressions are that it's very modern. Like, modern, well, the architectures are obviously old style, but it feels very polished and modern. So I will be doing a bit of a walkthrough of this place in my next video. That's the plan anyway, we'll see how we go. And just to give you a better feel for what this place is like, I'm not far from my hotel now, which I think is down one of these streets here. I'm not sure if it's here, down this little alleyway. I'll show you what the room's like as well. I'm paying about, I don't know, 50 bucks Australian, 35 US or 30 US a night. You can get a lot cheaper than that here. But what I'm sort of feeling is that if you pay just a little bit extra, you get something just a little bit nicer, a little bit closer to where you want to be. I mean, it's always ways now. If you want to be fairly close to the centre, you're going to pay a little bit more. If you want to be dead in the centre, well, you pay a lot more. And I'm sort of a little bit out of the centre, like dead centre, but not too far. And I've sort of got something that's going to be a lot more like a guest house style, I think, from what my research says, but we'll soon find out. But even down these little side alleyways, I mean, it's not so busy here, but gee, it's so beautiful and well lit. Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's really beautiful. In fact, I can see so many beautiful buildings around here. You don't even know which way to look, and this isn't even like the central tourist zone. The other thing to note is that it's about 10 o'clock at night, or after 10 o'clock at night, and it still feels really lively here. There are a lot of people around, a lot of the restaurants are still open, and I guess that's a little bit, I'm a bit surprised by that as well. It just feels very good. A bit of a dark alley down here. We're definitely here. I can see the sign for my place is this one, Hotel Abu Zar. So this is the room. In Uzbekistan, they seem to tack on a heap of taxes. So you book it on like booking.com. Not a bad little room so far. You book it through booking.com and then they put a bunch of taxes on there. Oh yeah, that's a nice bathroom too. Really nice looking bathroom. That's nice. Decent for the price. Location's good. I think it looks very clean, very bright and white. You go cheaper than this, who knows what's going to happen. Look, thanks for coming along for the ride today with me through western up until central Uzbekistan. We're now in Bukhara. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Indonesia. At the moment, we're in Central Asia. I'll catch you next time. Sampai jumpa.